What's up, friends? Today we're going to look at and discuss topics from r/askreddit. Today is a bit different since I'm not going to be answering the questions. Instead, I am going to be reading other people's answers. With that out of the way, let's begin. What's worse than going to put dinner in the oven only to realize you never turned the oven on? When you're hanging out with a friend and they put on Steinfeld. Oh man, why you gotta do Jerry like that? Putting dinner in the hot oven but not setting a timer, then realizing it while you're out and about. This reason is why I'm paranoid. I need to check the oven at least 3 times to make sure it's off before I leave. Because I'm just paranoid about fire, man. I've been scared lately. When you were on a beach and you forgot to bring your headphones. Hey man, at least you're not like me and you forget your headphones all the time. You can't find them anywhere. What's the most convenient singular superpower? Being able to change your reality. Oh man, if only there was a certain red stone from a certain franchise I could use that for, that would be ideal. Definitely the power to remove your own and other people's ailments/sicknesses. I'm sneezy as F, and at the moment I just want to remove it completely. F that shit. Man, if this was real, if you can actually do this, you'd probably be high up on a list as one of the best people if you used it correctly. You could win a Nobel Peace Prize if you wanted to. You could cure anyone you can cure cancer, man. You can get rid of kids with cancer. You can get rid of cancer out of kids. It's just you can do so much with that. You can rid the world of the worst diseases, and if it falls into the right hands, this world could be saved. The ability to manipulate time, never worrying about missing an appointment again. Man, I'm sure Dr. Strange agrees. What movies had the perfect ending, but it was ruined by a sequel? Toy Story 3. Agreed. Andy passed the toys on to Bonnie to play with was the perfect ending to the franchise in my opinion. And it was really about them being Andy's toys, and they should have ended it where they weren't his anymore. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that. Toy Story 3 is probably one of my favorite Pixar movies, and I think the 4th one was just really, really unnecessary. It wasn't bad per se. It wasn't like get out of my chair and walk out of the theater bad, but it just wasn't up to Toy Story 3, man. It's just, and I know they're making a 5th one now. I hope that's just a rumor. I hope it's not actually a thing, because where else can they go with this series? They can't go anywhere else. The first Jaws was great. The rest, 2 was decent, but not like the original. Yeah, I kind of stayed away from the rest of the Jaws series. I did watch the first one, and I know how the others got rep, and it wasn't good rep either. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stick with the original. I think that's all I need to watch. I think this kind of movie is a one and done series. It doesn't need to have sequels, but sequels were made and money was made, so who am I to say? You mean The Mask had a son and they made a movie about it? Yeah, that was kind of my reaction to learning there was a second movie too, and I remember watching it as a kid on Cartoon Network, and it was, I think I just enjoyed it because it was bright colors for me as a kid, but now that I look back on it, I'm like, this isn't good. What is this? This is creepier than it needs to be. This is not right. What is something you secretly judge people for? So, as a whole, I try not to judge people as much as I can. I know people have different upbringings and people have different life stories, so I don't judge people. I try my best not to, but let's see what other people have to say. A woman I work with wants to name her kid Dragon. The other day, there were customers at my work, a mother and her two 6-year-old or so boys. The boys' names were Easton and Wesley. Okay, Dragon is what... Dragon is getting there. Dragon is a very unique name. I wouldn't name someone Dragon, but I think Easton and Wesley aren't horrible names. I've heard worse. Whether they have manners or not. Chewing food with their mouth open. Yeah, I kind of agree on this one. It's one of my pet peeves. I don't like chewing with the mouth open. Kind of triggers my OCD. Makes me focus on just that. It's not fun. Spreading info that isn't true and acting like they know what they're talking about, even though they clearly don't, just because their opinion fits their narrative. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. This is why I don't really speak up, because I don't know a lot of things about a lot of topics, so I just kind of keep my mouth shut because I'm not an argumentative kind of person. I don't like arguing, if you believe that or not, but it's no good. What do you disagree with seemingly most of Reddit about? Weddings are awesome. There are a few other occasions where so many friends and family gather in celebration. They are so much fun. Of course, they're expensive. You're putting on a huge party to celebrate you and your spouse starting life together. It's hopefully a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It should be enjoyed. Reddit loves to shit on nice weddings and brag about how great their $2 backyard wedding with a sackcloth dress and Costco cake was, and that's fine, but don't be shitting on others for having the wedding you want. I agree with this. We shouldn't live in envy of others. We should celebrate love together, and we should not put down others because of what you may have wanted with your wedding, or you couldn't have had, but love is a wonderful thing, and we should all celebrate it. And we shouldn't be putting it down each other, because a wedding is no different from any other wedding. It's all about coming together as one. Human quality of life is pretty much the best it's ever been. We're lucky to be alive now. I don't think that boomers are all evil. Of course they aren't. I know plenty of older people who are nice and generous, and my own grandmother's that age, and she's wonderful. I wouldn't call her evil. No, you shouldn't judge a demographic based on one person. Like, there's gonna be bad people in every demographic. There's gonna be bad people who are young, bad people who are old, bad people who are white, bad people who are a different gender from you. It's just, they're everywhere, and just like that, there's also good people. So you can't ignore the fact that there are good elderly people out there. There are good people out there. I promise you that. I've met plenty of them. Outdoorsman of Reddit. What is your most terrifying encounter in the woods? I was all dressed up in a ghillie photographing bee eaters, and then some little boar piglets started getting near me and sniffing at me. 10 seconds later, I hear a very loud noise and the mom was running towards me. I left my camera and climbed the nearest tree faster than a monkey. I stayed up there like an airborne turd for half the afternoon. I don't know why, but the first thing I thought about when reading this was that scene in The Tale of the Princess Kaguya with the boar piglets. It wasn't even your fault. I don't think you were even like trying to pet I don't think you were trying to pet the piglets, were you? Because if you were trying to pet the piglets, that'd be a whole different story. Saw a puma chase and catch a rabbit. That poor rabbit's noises were terrifying. I have never seen a scream from an animal that's so, like, prevalent than a rabbit's. They're such big screamers. You step within 5 foot of them and they'll just, like, start screaming at you. I was camping in northern Minnesota at a large Boy Scout camp, and we stayed in large tents at old school military tents and large door flaps. One night, early morning, a bear wandered in and sat down outside our tent, and his rump on the door flap. My tent partner and I could see the bear outline and hear him as he was chilling. We were mortified just looking at each other, completely silent. We were about 10 or 11 or 12. He eventually wandered off, or was scared off. Older scouts and adult leaders scared it off eventually, but the man was at a tense moment. Don't go outside, there are bears outside. And that's it for today. I hope I wasn't too awkward. Please let me know if you like this content. Have a great day, y'all. Peace.